the way that I've been able to fly for free. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kinsey and I've been a pilot for 5 years, which is crazy. It has flown by, but a game changer for me was when I finally bought my own plane. Before, you're obviously renting. I couldn't really, you don't have the access. Now having my own plane, I've had it for almost a year and a half now, which is crazy. It's flown by. I want to be extremely transparent with you guys today on the way that I've been able to fly for free. And I know you guys are gonna have what you want to say about it. I know some people don't love having a plane out of school, but I'm gonna be sharing my personal experience with renting my Piper Archer back to a school so that it pays for me to fly. So the thing that I started to do with this first was, one, I created an LLC. I created an LLC just for my plane as a business. That way I know everything that goes in and out from one business account. So all of my fuel, everything that I do, I pay from that account. Then everything that the school pays me goes into that account. Also maintenance, everything. So I know exactly how much at the end of the year I'm either positive or negative. So when you own an aircraft, there's a lot of expenses. When you first buy the plane, you have to pay tax on the plane. This was slapped me in the face big. It depends on where you were. I bought it in California, don't do that. But I bought it in California, so I had to pay a really high tax rate. I had to pay $17,000 on a tax bill for purchasing my plane, which is crazy. Then you also have insurance. Then of course you have maintenance, you have tie down fee, you obviously need to upkeep it. If you have a hangar, I don't have a hangar, I just have a tie down, but I have to pay that per month. So I also have to pay obviously per hour flying the plane. So that can add up, because normally if you're paying about $80 an hour for my plane to fly it, you're going on a 3-hour flight, you're spending $250. So for me to offset that, I was like, I love flying. I don't want to be spending $5,000 a month to own a plane and everything that goes into it. So I'm going to rent it back to the school. So I personally have my plane at a school called Chris Air Aviation in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you guys want to fly my plane, you can. I love this school because I had it at a school that before that was putting a lot of hours on it. This school only flies 30 to 50 hours a month. So I love that. My plane is getting flown because sometimes when I'm working a ton, I don't get to put a ton of hours on it, and planes aren't good when they sit. So they put about 30 hours a month on my plane. The way that this works is they pay me per hour to rent and use my aircraft, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys all the documents so that you can see. The first document that I wanna put up is what I made in August, because this is a typical month for me. Owner rate, so this is me using the plane. So you can see that I flew 5.7 hours this month. So that cost me $456. So obviously I'm gonna take that from my total money earned, but obviously because I flew for free. So in this month, the plane only flew for 30 hours. That includes my hours as well. And I was paid, minus me, was $3,700. Okay? So the school go ahead and give me that check and said, hey, here's $3,700 for using your plane. I go put that in my bank account into my LLC, and then I just keep accumulating it. Then when it comes down to it and insurance is due, maintenance is due, anything is due, I go ahead and pull from that account, okay? Also, when I continue my education as a pilot, when I got my IFR schooling cost me almost $8,000. It's very expensive. Obviously, any of you who've done it, I fully pay for that from this account that my plane accumulated, okay? So this is on average what I make, $3,000. Sometimes I make $5,000, sometimes I make a little bit less. It all depends, but I put it into the one account. Then we have maintenance. I'm gonna show you the maintenance that has been done to my aircraft up until now from the first of the year. So the downside of having it out of school, I'm gonna always be open about the downside. One, you're putting hours on your plane, okay? It's good if you don't fly it a lot, you want it to be flown, but not a crazy amount. So you are gonna have to overhaul the engine. You have to think about that, but I've thought about that. I'm saving all my money in that account for an engine overhaul so that when that needs to happen one day, I am prepared. Number two, students are not the nicest to your plane. I've been very fortunate and they're very kind to my plane. I put a little note in there. I talk to the students personally. They know me personally. And I'm like, hey, this is my baby. This is my child. Her name is Lila. They treat her pretty good. Of course, there's gonna be little things, but they treat her good. So that's another downside. Another downside is your insurance payment goes up immensely when you have students flying your plane. So my insurance bill was $8,000. If I wasn't having it at a school, it would probably be like $3,000. So keep that into account. But I'm gonna list all my maintenance that I've done for the year. So total with that insurance payment is $14,322. Okay, so that has come out of that account. Never from my personal Kinsey Wolanski bank account have I ever paid for fuel, maintenance, insurance, anything. Obviously I bought the plane out of my own personal account, but upkeeping it, flying it, it never comes out of my personal account, okay? So in this account, if I had not gone back to school and gotten my IFR, I would now have $20,000 saved in my plane business account, okay? Obviously $20,000 sounds like a lot of money. It sounds like I'm making so much money on this plane. So that $20,000 is minus all of my flying, minus all of my maintenance, all of my tie down, everything that goes into owning the plane. But I keep that $20,000 in there because when my plane needs an overhaul or when my plane needs maintenance, I'm going to be ready. An engine overhaul right now is looking at about $30,000 to $40,000, very, very expensive. So at least I have $20,000 to go to it. I'm gonna keep adding to that account. I would have more in the account, but I went to IFR school. So this kind of breaks it down for you guys. I am fully expecting to overhaul the engine. Right now, the Hobbs is at exactly 1,000 hours, but we did replace the top cylinders about 500 hours ago. So we're gonna run it until she stops working well. Another benefit of having it at the school is that my plane is managed by ex-Air Force pilot who is A&P. He has been flying planes for 30 years. Any question I have, I say, hey Chris, the mag's sounding weird, can we check it? Whatever is going on, I can call him at any time. So that's been a huge benefit for me. Also, I have CFIs looking at my plane every single day. If I just owned it on my own, it's a lot of pressure. If something's off, who am I gonna call? So it's really nice to have that. If it needs to go into maintenance, sometimes I don't even know because they're running at the school. They're like, oh, Kinsey, we replaced your rims and your tires needed to be replaced. And then they just add it to my bill, but it does get done without me even stressing about it. So obviously I think the massive downside is the engine overhaul, but I am prepared for that. And overall, having it out of school, at least the school that I'm at, I love Chris, I love the school. It has been a massive benefit to me, and I've been really wanting to get a faster plane. I'm ready for that, but I don't know, I'm nervous to not have it out of school, not offset those costs. It's gonna be a big bill that I have to pay all on my own, all the maintenance on my own. So I am nervous about that. I wanna look for a co-owner. So if anybody lives in Las Vegas, Nevada and wants to co-own in a plane, let me know. But I hope this helps you guys. I wanted to be super transparent. I definitely think there's gonna still be costs that I have to pay, but it has offset a lot for me. And so this has been my personal experience and allowed me to fly and not be like, oh dang, I can't afford the $200 in fuel right now. So it kind of makes it more freeing for me. So if you guys ever wanna do that, I'm sure there's a school near you that are interested in taking on a plane. Make sure you trust them. But yeah, that is my tip of the day. I wanted to be so transparent. I love you guys so much. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe. I try and post every single week if I can. And I am also going to MBAA in October. So if anybody is going to that and wants to meet up or hang out, let me know and I will see you guys there.